So 7 days today, I have a couple of ways to stun the zombies as you are being chased with them actually. You put down the generator bank, in with the engine, refuel, turn on, run away, put down the first post, put down the second post, hope that you can actually connect things. Come on. Yes, I can. Panic. Okay, done this one. Oh, no, that one is not. Okay, no, come on. Nope. See, this is really not easy. Nope. I can't get it on. Oh, yes. No, I can't get it on. Oh. And now I'm bleeding. Oh, that's terrible. Okay. Yes. Oh, yes. Now. Oh, I only. Oh, no. Okay. Okay. So this is. Stunning myself is not the best way. But now. They're all stunned. Yes. Oh, come on. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, I'm bleeding to death. No. Oh, but at least they're stunned as well. Okay, so that's the hard way of doing it. And this is the easy way to actually stun them, using the Stun Baton. Definitely a much easier way of dealing with them, considering that it also kills them. You see, oh, this is going much better. Bam, stun them. Ooh, and once you stun them, of course, they won't be running after you. And I can just slowly back away here. And as I headshot them. So yeah, this works definitely much better compared to, well, trying to actually build up my electric fences as a base, which is a portable base. Doesn't work very well. Oh, are you? Oh, you're gonna die. Yes, and now you are definitely gone. Come on, last one. Phew, only lost half my hit points. So this is the preferred way. Which one do you like? So naturally, today the topic is the stunning stun baton, or is it just sort of stunted and kind of crappy? I'll go through the perks, the skills, the crafting, the use, the buffs, and the damage and everything regarding the stun baton. And if you enjoy my videos, please do subscribe. It really does help me. And ring the notification bell so you might get notified when I post new videos. Might is the operative word. And of course, I'm on Twitter, VideoE42, and also join my Discord. All the links are in the description below. But I have to admit, I've never really been using this stun baton. I mean, it looks really nice, and it was one of the cool new stuff that was coming for Alpha 18. But as I started looking into it, it just seemed underwhelming. So my coming into this, I am assuming it's going to be a little bit underwhelming, but I'm hoping to be at least somewhat positively impressed by it as I go through and really figure out how it works. So let's have a look first at the respective skills, so the attributes. So it's under intellect. And if you use junk turrets, if you do some crafting, if you have everything else like advanced engineering and yeah, science and everything, then you might actually have already perked up quite a lot here, and that really does help. From the first looking at the blockhead, you do 200% headshot damage, which is really, and have 5% chance to dismember with stun batons and junk turrets. Now, as this one goes down all the way to 10, you now deal 300% headshot damage, which is better, but you have a whopping 50% chance to dismember with stun batons and of course junk turrets. So you go from 5% dismember to 50%, and that's really, really important. We also have the actual skill, which is under that combat perk, the Electrocutioner, where, looking at the first one, you can craft quality 2 pour stun batons. You deal 10% more damage, and you stun them 20% longer. And this gets progressively better as you go down the list. At 5, you deal 50% more damage, and you stun victims 100% longer, and that can really help. On the 4 one is where you top out with a crafting, which is quality 5 stun batons. Unfortunately, there is no quality 6, at least at the moment, and I don't think they will put that in at least for Alpha 18, maybe for Alpha 19. But so if you have this one all the way up, it can really, really help with not just dealing more damage, but stunning them, which means that they are going to be stunned for longer. So how do you craft it? Well, you have the stun baton, and let's have a quick look at the unlocks. You obviously have the Electrocutioner, the skill that I just went through, but you can also find the stun baton Stun Baton schematic? Why is that double? Shouldn't that just be Stun Baton schematic? Not that it really matters, because if you really like to use this one, you probably would have unlocked it anyway. You're unlikely to want to craft it if you can't actually use it very well. But anyway, at the ingredients, you need to do this in the workbench, but it requires Stun Baton parts, washed iron, leather, duct tape, and electrical parts. And again, Stun Baton parts you get from scrapping other Stun Batons. You find a quality 1, 2, 3, whatever, you just scrap it, you'll get some Stun Baton parts. Normally, I don't craft weapons, because by the time I can make a, let's say, a quality 5, which is the top that you can craft, I probably would have found a quality 6, because it's like that for all the weapons. So the crafting is still a little bit weird. As always with all crafting and looting, there is a variance in their actual attributes. So for instance, quality 1 might say it'll give melee damage from 9 to 12. A quality 2 might say it'll give 10 to 13, etc. So there is an overlap, but generally you'll see a quality 1 around this, around 11 or something. It does have twice the power attack damage, around 6 block damage, some stamina cost, and you attack 70 per minute, and of course the durability. As you increase the quality, you'll see the damage goes up, and of course some of this might be changing slightly. You saw there was some difference on the block damage. As I go from 3 to 4, this was apparently really bad 4 because it's doing less damage. As I go up to 5, it went back to 14. So this 3 is almost as good as the 5 one, because this one might be just the top range one. As number 6 one, this one is 15, so again it's better than all these ones. So the better one you have, of course, the better it is, because it deals more damage and everything. It doesn't seem to increase the stun length or anything. It just seems to be based on the melee damage and stamina cost and everything like that. Of course, like any weapons, you do want to mod it, and there's a bunch of mods that work and a bunch that don't work. I like the rad remover tool mod is always good, because it will disable the ability of radiated zombies to heal for 90 seconds, which is really good. You can also, for instance, have the weighted head, which has a chance to stun and slow. Again, just helps with all the bashing. We have the fortifying grip, good. You'll gain health, 1 hit point every 5 seconds when your health is below 50, which is really good. And just fill out to something. I would probably do the burning shaft mod, because you can set the zombies on fire as well. I'm not going to use it this time because it actually interferes with the visual of the Stun Baton. So I would definitely recommend using this one. I'm just going to take one of the other ones. I can't take the weighted head because I already have one, of course, but let me put on just any of these ones, which will, when I finish it, you'll see it has a melee damage of 20. But I would definitely substitute this one for this one if I'm playing the game. But what does it really do? Let's have a look in the XML just to see if we can figure out what the Stun Baton is all about. So we're looking here in the items.xml, which is where everything is defined. And we have the Stun Baton under the perk Electrocutioner. So it has it's a really complicated weapon. It has a lot of things. I'm not going to go through a lot of this one. It has a lot of the basic things that are not really that important. Let's look down at action. This when you're actually slashing. This is the left hit, which has a sphere, it's a slashing, has a sound. It does have the grazing hit, which is sort of like if you slash through someone, multiple ones can get hit if you're lucky. Let's see the actual sounds, and then you have the action 2, which is the heavy attack normally. Again, this is a Stun Baton swing heavy, so that's why it is. It'll sound slightly differently. The values are slightly different as well, and the hit sounds, but yeah. Let's go down into the melee Stun Baton effects. It shows the melee, the entity damage, which as you can see is not really that high. Attacks per minute and all those things, which is the properties we saw already. Max range of 2.4, block range of 3. It'll tell you about the mods and what the power damage and bonus is as you put them in. It also will specify what the entity damage is depending on as you tier up, as you perk up. Some entity damage passive effects and damage modifiers, harvesting. But let's look down here. So there is something that it seems to basically count the charges that build up as you beat something over the head or on the body. So it seems to be that every time you beat something, it will add a value. You'll see this on self-damage other, it will add 1. And for the heavy one, and I think this is it, then it will add 2. So if it's a secondary attack, which is the requirement, it'll add 2. So this will build up, and eventually, I believe when you've reached 4, it will then add the buff to the target, that is the buff shocked. And we'll get back to that one a little bit. And then I think it basically will reset it, and then it has some different sounds depending on how charged it is. Okay. Of course, it also tells you about the power attack, which deals more damage effectively. But let's look at the buffs.xml, which will tell you what the buff is. And I believe this is exactly the same shocked as you get from the electric fences. So let's have a look here. It has a duration of 4.5 seconds. Good to know. Health change. It drains the health by 6 points every second. So I believe that'll be 6 times 4.5, so that'll be 27 hit points. Okay, good to know that'll deal 27 over 4.5 seconds. It will also slow them down. Run speed is subtracted by 90%. Walk speed is the same. Crouch speed, jump strength, and everything. So 90% less mobility. It has some particle effects. And anything else? Oh, okay, it just removes all the entity particle effects when they die, so that's fine. Okay, so that's effectively what it does. It does make them electrocuted for 4.5 seconds, and they take some damage, and they're slowed. So let's see how this works in practice. I'm gonna swing it a few times here. 2, 3, 4. Okay, nothing seems to happen. Well, let's see if we hit him. Okay, he died, I believe, because he's been standing there for too long. So let's take him. What? Why are... Okay, let's... Oh, that was really weird. So I'm gonna hit him once. Okay, you heard the bzzz. Let's hit him twice. Okay, so now you're getting the sparks. Third time. Oh, he's getting... Okay, so he's getting electrocuted now. You see the damage. It didn't really take that much damage, though. Let's try this again. 1 hit. 20. 2 hits. 3 hits. Okay, so it's the 4th hit. And so it's loaded up. And now it went from 180 down to... Okay, so about 24. That's weird. Shouldn't it be 6 for 4.5 seconds? I guess the last half second it doesn't actually take the damage. Alright, so let's try this again, just to confirm. 1, 2, 3, 4, all loaded up. And the 5th hit is charged and 4.5 seconds. Slightly more. Interesting, though, is that it didn't seem like he was stunned for twice as long. It's supposed to stun him for 9 seconds, and that was definitely not 9 seconds. Let's do him 1, 2, 3. Alright, at least that 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Oh, that's busted. He's not stunned for that long. Oh, I've been so tricked. Okay, no wonder it's even worse than I expected. At least if it's stunned him for twice as long, meaning 9 seconds, that would definitely help. But that doesn't actually seem to do any difference whatsoever. But that's really bad. So let's try on the cheerleader here. 125 hit points. 1 hit, 25 damage. Okay, so let's have a look. This one says 20. It does say it should be 50% more damage. I don't know how that works though. Let's remove all the mods. Oh, that doesn't seem correct. So 15 plus 50% should be 22 or 22.5. So that should bring her down to, let's say, minus 22. It should bring her down to 103, but... Okay, sorry, that's because she got electrocuted. Alright, fine. Let's not cheat here. First hit. 104. Is that always the case then? 104. Okay, so it's not even quite that. That's really weird. I don't know how they calculate that. But now fully modded, it says 20 damage and it took 25. So that's really weird. The 50% damage extra is not based on the base of the weapon, because obviously it should be +7. It's not even of the actual after mods damage, because then it should be 30 and it did 25. Really weird, but that basically means that it's less than I would expect. And it's definitely not 9 seconds, so that one is totally busted. Oh, what a pity. So it says we should have a 50% chance to dismember. Okay, so let's try that. Let's 1 hit, nothing. 2 hits, nothing. 3 hits, 1. 4 hits, 1. 5 hits, 1. 6 hits once. 7 hits once. She gonna die now. 8 hit once. 9. 10. Oh, come on. This is 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 16 times and it dismembered twice. Oh, that's really bad. Let's try that on headshots. We have a Mo here. 1. Nope. Did he take damage? What? Why did he take damage? Oh, was that the swing maybe? Okay, he took a little bit of damage there, but no explosion. No explosion. Still no explosion. 5. So let's reset here. 1 in 6 blows. 1 in 7. 1 in 8. 2 in 8. 2 in 9. 3 in 10. Okay, so 3 in 11. Oh, maybe I missed. 3 in 12. 3 in 13. Did I miss maybe? 3 in 14. So it doesn't seem to be a 50% chance whatsoever. I mean, I'm getting dismemberment, but it's definitely not every 50% of the time I'm hitting something. I mean, otherwise he would have lost a limb or a leg every time I do that, and that just doesn't seem to be happening. I mean, if I hit him here, I would have expected his one of his legs to be popping off, but it's not. Like, I keep hitting, but it's not. I mean, he's probably going to die before. Okay, so dismemberment is broken, at least for this one. That's a real big pity. Something interesting, though, that you saw before, and I think this is the grazing hit. So if I, let's aim here. It's an uncharged, so let's make sure I'm uncharging my, okay, yeah. Okay, so it's uncharged. It has no charges at all. So if I hit him here, oh, it immediately did, because I think it hit all 5. And then it hit him and basically gave him the buff. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, how many? Is that 3? Yeah, 4. So the glancing blow is actually pretty good with this one. If I put in another Mo there, can I stun more than 1? You probably can, but it does mean that if you have a lot of them in close proximity, you can actually get a lot of glancing blows, which means that on every single blow, you might, if you're unlucky, actually be stunning them. Okay, that's interesting. So the glancing blow itself does count as a charge. Let's try this single blow. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so he's definitely charged up. But now the right hit, I think it should be 2, 1. Oh yeah, so this one basically is double the effect. So if you do a, okay, that hit him, that killed him. Oh, right click seems to have, okay, so right click, because it's sort of up and down, it doesn't seem to have a lot of grazing blow here. All right, okay, sorry, just discharge here. Let me try that here. Did it hit all of them? That's weird. Maybe not. Not as good. I think the left click there definitely seems to charge up a lot more, because it does a lot more glancing or grazing blows. Okay, that's really good to know. I was wondering, well, how come when I was hitting one of them, someone else was actually getting electrocuted. So you can theoretically not electrocute multiple in the one go. I don't think that'll work, but you can charge it up so that you almost effectively will stun one every single time. So in conclusion, I would say it's actually as bad or worse than I thought it was going to be. I think the damage is so low when you're hitting them, at least with the left click, the normal attack. I'm doing 20 damage. That's really low for a weapon. Secondly, even perked up fully, it's supposed to do 50% more damage, and it's not. Obviously it's not. It's not taking 50% extra from the base damage, and it's not taking 50% extra from the fully modded damage. Maybe it's the 50% of the base damage of the weapon on quality 1, meaning an extra 50% of the 10. But even that didn't seem to be the case, because it seems to be different depending on whether you have mods on or not. So it's not 50%, it's definitely less. Even worse, the dismemberment is definitely not 50%. I would say it's, maybe something like 20, 25%, or even less in some cases. You would expect that if you have 50% dismemberment chance, every other time you would be popping off arms and legs or heads, but you're definitely not. You're getting one in maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, and that's a lot less than 50%. One good part though is that if you are close by a bunch of them and you swing with the left click, the primary attack, you might be grazing multiple zombies, and each of these ones give you +1 to the charge. And that means that the next time you hit, or even that first time you're hitting, you will be stunning one of them. And of course the buff for the damage, the shock buff, will give an extra 24 damage to the zombie, so that definitely does help. So if you are up and close, you can almost stun one every time. However, then there has to be a lot of them there, and then you might be swarmed already and you might be dying. And being that close to a group of zombies is not healthy. Maybe one small redeeming part is if you put on the flaming shaft mod on the stun baton, so that at least if you don't stun, you will set them on fire. But again, you're supposed to be stunning them. You could have the flaming shaft mod on anything else, a spear or sledgehammer or even a club or machete. So that's nothing special that is unique to the stun baton. So it looks nice, it sounds nice, and it seemed like a cool idea, but it's not really well balanced. I think mainly, especially as you hit mid and late game, is a challenge already, and having a really bad weapon like this, no, it's not my preference, definitely. But at least now you know. So what do you think? Do you still like the stun baton, or is it really crappy? Tell me in the comment section below. And thanks for watching all this way. Make sure you all subscribe and hit that notification bell, and you guessed it, I'll see you next time.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the vetted community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.